Video to give you a bit of a heads up as to how our new app can be configured and the sort of power it's got for you as users to be able to engage with your community and providing them a tool to access what you want them to access, both externally and within your infoodle app. Everything is controlled and managed within infoodle. You can see on the main part of the screen, this is the management area for the app, and on the right hand side is an example, and I'll show you quickly how we got to build that. This is an emulator app to show you what's going on. You can see we enable the phone, and this is the first and most important aspect, is to actually turn the phone on. So you're in control of whether the phone is available to your users to find in the within the app. They will download the infoodle app from the App Store or the Google Play, and then once there they choose the organization, and your organization won't appear there until you've got the app enabled. So just ticking that and clicking save will enable your app to your users to be able to find you. So then you've got these different areas. What we've got here is the home page. So what we're looking at here is the home page, the screen that users will look at most of the time when they're starting into the app. And by going into the home page, you can see we have a few items in there configured. Each line here represents one of the items on the screen. So a space or header item you can see there is an image with no background, which is our infoodle logo in that case. We've got a link to the calendar, which is a single line of text, which is this option over here. And so it goes on. We'll look at it in a bit more detail. But firstly, you can see we can reorganize these, and we've got a lot of control. So if we didn't want the calendar first, we wanted it second, we can do that. We can click on save. And then we can come over to our app, which would normally be in your hand, pull it down, refresh, and it will come up with a new layout. So you can real time play with this and experiment with it to get what you're looking for. So let's look at the link to a PDF, the image first. So if we just simply click on edit to be able to have a look at that, you can see we've chosen a type there, which is just a space or a header item, which you can have anywhere in the screen. And in this case, we're going to have an image with no background. You can see it's just the image. It was a transparent image in this case. There is the image that we have uploaded. So when you're adding new content, you'll be able to drag new content in, and infoodle will host it for you. You can also see this key area here as to who this content is available for. So you can control what items are available to different types of users. So your public, anybody will have access to be able to find your organization. So the general community can find find a bit more about you if you're making it available to them. So you've got public access, which means anybody can see that content. Authenticated users means that they are logged in. They are actually part of your community. They're authenticated to you as far as you know. So that follows their rules, their role, the logins that they've got that you've configured within infoodle. So as a link to a PDF, as another example, you can see here, the link to a PDF is the type that we've got. It's a single line text title, which means it's just a single line there of a kind of bold header descriptor there. And the label that we're going to use is newsletter. So if we wanted to call that our weekly newsletter, then in the same way, we can be able to update things in real time. This is a link to a PDF that we already had elsewhere that's already on our website, so we can just simply paste that in. Or if you wanted infoodle to manage it for you, you can simply upload and add the file in there. So by clicking on save, then we can again pull that down, refresh it, and it's now called weekly newsletter. All right, so you're in full control. And so it goes on. There's different options that are available to you. If I briefly go into this, you can see we've got 9 different ways of tools that your users can use to interact with you. So you can experiment with those. There's more information in the help docs, which goes into a bit more detail. Suffice to say, you're able to include live streams, you're able to include links to existing websites, you're able to include links to infoodle forms, you're able to include links to your Easy Stream podcast, you're able to include even links to the Bible, things like that, that you may wish to include and communicate to your users or make available to your users. So there's plenty of features and plenty of options available to you. Within here, you can also see there's a whole series of menus. So in this case, we've only got one that has been created. That's the Connected to Us. By clicking on there, I can look at menus, and within menus you can see we've got Connected to Us. We can have more of those, as many as you like. There's no limits on any of these things. And then within there we manage the items, and this is the same list of items that you managed on your home screen. So you can see in this case, when I click on Connect to Us, I've got two items. I've got PDF content and I've got an image, in this case on a white background. That one there links off to a podcast series that can be included. So you can see we can include external content as we need, depending on what is available. That is a simple PDF document that can be downloaded. So it's up to you as to what you include, but there's plenty of options available to you. To your users, they can interact with this, they can control it, they can log in. So that it's up to them what color schemes they're using. They can manage their push notifications through that. So they can also scan. So scanning enables you to scan into an event. So there's contactless scanning that's going to go on here. And also we've got the directory. So by using the directory, this is following the rules and permissions that you've set up for the users within infoodle, but we can go in and we can click on a user and get their details as we need it to. So there's plenty of information, and all of these will work. So you can email somebody, or you can send them a text, or I can give them a call. So I can call them, or SMS, or copy for that, or for phone calls or emails. The data is there, so this is your custom field data. We can get more custom field data as we need there, and we can get notes, and we can add notes, manage notes, update notes, see notes, depending upon what it is that we're looking for, and adding down there. So the other option to show you is the calendar. So the weekly calendar, in this case, we've got our calendar showing here for a week. There are more options here in terms of what you're allowed to see, again, based on your role. We don't have too much going on here, but there's an example. So we can click on an event, and from there we can see what's going on with the event, and we can record attendance. Again, we can scan in if we wanted to. So recording attendance allows us to choose which team we're logging into, and we can tick on who's turning up or who's not, including visitors. So we really hope that you like the new app. There's more to explore, but this hopefully gives you a bit of a flavour on the sort of things that are available. And it's all under your control, and there's plenty of options, and it's completely free to everybody who uses infoodle. You're already paying for your license fee, so why pay more? There are other integrations that could be available, so if you want more, then give us a call. But other than that, we hope you enjoy our new app.